the fuck? Oh, piss off, Malfoy. Oh wait, sorry. Hold on, give me a sec. Is this good? All right, hello. Skippity. Okay, cool. Hi guys, how's it going? It's me, your favorite hitman, Birdman, Soma Saika, who doesn't have his fucking tracking up. Give me a second. Let me just turn it on, like me. I'm gonna shut up now. Anyways, guys, how's it going? Hey, Citrina and Rem. No, what is it? Rem? Is Rem here? Oh, Remy. Yeah, hi Rem. All right, so you guys know what it is today. We're doing a coding stream. So yep, we're gonna do coding today. I'm gonna be doing a tutorial and stuff. I actually don't know what we're gonna do today. Actually, I actually like did not plan this out as good as I should. So let's do Wheel of Names, and let's get started with just trying to learn a single language today. And who knows, like I'm gonna try to do this for 2 hours. So starting now, which is like I guess like 1:40, we're gonna be ending stream at like 3:40. But I do gotta take care of something before we start, so hold on. So let's do either C# or Lua. So if you guys want to know, so basically I'm gonna try to learn at least one of these by the end of this month. I'm gonna try to do additional working streams, and also like, you know, not just like coding streams, but I'll make like Thursday like coding streams, right? But I do want to do working streams specifically for editing, so I can have more time editing videos and stuff, and you guys get to see my process. But yeah, so I'm thinking that like maybe Thursdays will just be my editing streams. So yeah. But yeah, hey, so we get to finally do the very thing that I wanted to do for a while now, as I said on my graduation stream. So yeah. All right, so if you guys want to know the purposes of this thing, let's see. Actually, should I actually do my desktop capture? I feel like desktop capture would kind of be bad, but like I'll just do this for now. Just so I can share my screen and shit. So give me a moment, guys. Where is desktop capture? Display capture. All right, so I'm only gonna show this for a couple seconds, unless I work on stuff. So basically, either I'm doing C# today or Lua. I'm thinking of Lua because that's for my Minecraft job. Like that's for my job for Minecraft and shit. So I can, you know, code more and awesome and all that cool stuff. There's this thing called Figura. It's a mod in Minecraft that lets you like be more expressive and shit. You get to have like models, and like, you know, you can program the models to do certain things. It's pretty cool. I've seen it before in if you guys, okay, you know, actually this is a little like not really leak, but like this is kind of a thing that I want to show you guys real quick. I actually work for a Minecraft YouTuber named Itobot. And we actually use 3D models for a lot of the stuff that we have in the videos. So let me go pull up a video actually that would, I think, uses Figura. Hold on. So as you guys can see, like there's a lot of really cool expressions that can be done.
Yeah, come back! I'm trying to get.
Like for example, like this is Psyche K parody episode. So like, you know, he has like the antennas on him. You know, there's animations that could be done, which is pretty cool and sick. So I'm actually not sure if we used Figura for this one, and obviously I'm not gonna say, but basically I am hoping to learn Figura so I could, you know, probably help out at my job. I want to learn coding. So yeah, so anyways, also hello person, welcome to the channel, hope you enjoy your stay. So yeah, either I'm gonna learn Lua so I could learn Figura, or I'm gonna learn C#. And if you guys want to know, C# is used for lots of games actually. So I could go into like game design with C#, but also since it's a hard language, like it's like a language similar to like Java or Python or JavaScript, I could actually, if I learn C# a lot better and more proficiently, then I'll be able to, you know, I'll be able to learn any language by that point. But the reason why I wanted to do C sharp actually is because of this thing right here called StreamerBot. And if you guys don't know, this is what I use for all my widgets. And I could do programming streams where I'm just like focusing on this. And it's more akin to Java, pretty much a direct oh, really? Okay, bet. Then yeah, then I'll have fun with this then. But yeah, so pretty much this thing is called StreamerBot, and I have widgets here. This is like how I handle all my alerts, how I handle my events. So like my follow alert, if you guys check this out, if I test this out, that's how my follows work. And this also works for YouTube subscriptions. And the thing is, I got like a free like overlay type thing. Actually, no, I actually customized this myself, I think. But pretty much, I want to learn how to program all of this on my own without the need of like this, like, no, without the need of the UI. Because one, I'll, you know, not only get to do it for myself, but, you know, I get to do it for other people, right? And not only that, I get to, you know, I get to eventually create my own widgets and stuff using C sharp. Not only that, the thing that I use to run my model, which is called Warudo, actually has mods that let you pretty much program in C sharp code. So, you know, I get to create my own widgets. So eventually, I want to see if I can code something for Warudo. You know, something for myself, right? Like my own plugin or something, right? Something that I'll probably need. But yeah, so I want to do something like that. And since this language is similar to Java, and, you know, I get to be more proficient with programming, I'm thinking that eventually I'll be able to make my own chat design. Like, you know how, like, I have the little, like, horizontal chat here? Oh, wait, sorry. Is that the right one? Hold on. Eh? Yeah, so as you guys can see, right, like this this chat like widget, I want to see if I can make my own design. But that involves like HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, which I actually know because I graduated in, as you guys would know, I graduated in web development, or well, IT web development. So I'm very proficient in at least, you know, the web dev languages, but like that's front end. I need something back end, you know? So yeah, my main goal is to either create my own widgets in C sharp or do something with Figura. But at the same time, if I were to do C sharp, I want to code my own Toho game. But there is actually a C-like language that I could use as a start. Basically, I want to create my own. I want to create a game at least, you know, like something like anything, right? Because this is what you know what I kind of want to do as well. Hold on, give me a sec. Toho Danmakufu. So this is a C-like language specifically made for one engine, known as Danmakufu, and you know it's been out for a lot of years now, but you get to pretty much code your own Toho game, which is pretty sick. You know, you get to create your own bullet hell game. But honestly, like I might just code it in C sharp. Like we'll see, cause like I do like there's a lot of things I could do actually, but like you know I have a limited amount of time and you know it's just a matter of like what I really want to do. So let's start off with this stream rolling a wheel. Either we're gonna learn C sharp or we're gonna learn Lua. And either way, I'm gonna look up tutorials and like, yeah, we're just gonna get started from there because I actually did not plan anything in this stream. So, yep. Anyways, let's go. Oh shit. Okay, Lua it is. All right, cool. Okay, so with that said, let's get started on Lua. I'm gonna actually spend my time learning. Okay, hold on. Lua. Okay, I'm gonna start off with learning the basics for Lua. Oh wow, there is a programming tutorial. Holy shit, wait. What should I start with? Should I do this one or should I do this one? Learn to code with Lua or Lua tutorial, Lua program. I think this is a whole series, so let's do this. Alright.
And hello everyone, welcome to your very first Lua tutorial.
Alright,
So
chat.
today we'll be
Lock
talking
in.
about what is Lua, why use it, why learn it. So what is Lua now that we talk about it? Lua
In before Gary's mod VTuber RP series. Wait, what the fuck? What do you mean? Hold on, wait. What can you even do with Lua? Hold on. Let's actually talk about that first. So apparently, you know, I could be a Roblox developer using Lua. There's computer craft in Minecraft, so if I were to go back and do like a Minecraft SMP again, I could actually code the computers to do Lua shit. So that's gonna be fun. And I think, yeah, so I get to work with Figura, I get to work with Minecraft mods. Yeah, Open Computers is using Lua, so that's pretty sick. But someone's most popular game modes are RP. Oh shit. Okay, bet. Honestly, like I think with Lua, if I learn Lua at least, it's a really powerful tool. And then I'll be able to, you know, transition to like maybe JavaScript a bit more. Like I mean, I already know JavaScript. It's just like, you know, I get to probably learn more about it. But okay, anyways, before we continue, I'll be back. I just gotta take out some ground beef from the freezer. Hang on. Give me a sec, guys, before we start. Hold on, guys. I just need to. Alright, okay. I am back. Let me sit down and continue my sea journey. I have to make myself some dinner. I was supposed to be at a coding bootcamp today, but I'm feeling lazy too, so I'll be doing it at home. Okay, bet. Honestly, you know, I hopefully these Thursday streams are gonna be really fun. With just like, you know, just learning. I'm gonna try to at least learn Lua, so then I can start making money immediately. If I manage to go through all of these tutorials, which I'm probably not, but like if I do, then like I'm basically gonna go over what was it? I'm gonna go over Figura in like a future stream. So just expect that like Thursdays are going to just be guaranteed coding streams. Yeah. Like I'm gonna make sure that like Thursdays are just gonna be coding streams, and I'm probably just gonna spend the next few weeks learning Lua, just so I could start making money off of it first, and then I'm gonna start going down to C#. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, yippee! But yeah, so let's get started, guys, and let's begin.
is a procedural programming language. If you don't know what procedural or object-oriented programming is, don't worry, I'll explain it further in tutorial as well. But anyways, it's used to develop software, work with machine learning, and create all sorts of games. One of the things I really love about Lua is how amazing it is to create games.
VR games?
I may
Really?
be doing Godot and I may be doing C++, but between all of them, the base for games, in my opinion, is Lua. It's just so amazing.
Imagine I create
And
a
it can
Lua.
go from basic text games to 2D games to even VR games. So there are a lot of choices to go around. So some of the stats
I
of
could
Lua,
make
if you're
Balatro mods. I've never even played Balatro, but okay, I'll keep that in mind.
wondering like, can you do it? Here's what you might want to hear. So it is relatively easy.
Oh,
Compared to
Okay.
languages like C++, Java, C#, any of those languages, this is relatively easy to learn. It's a lot like Python or Pascal. If you've learned either of those two, then you'll
But let's
know
just
how
learn
difficult
Lua.
this is.
I'll try to
If
play
you don't, even if this is your first language, you will still not have any problems with it. The course duration will be short. It's not really a big language. It's relatively small, meaning it will probably take you about a week to do the entire course, and then you can create your first game if you wanted to. The execution speed is fast. Lua, it is really fast. It's one of the fastest in.
Okay, hold up. You know what? If I can finish this in like a week, and like master and like do like get better at Lua, then that's already good. Holy shit! Yeah, I could actually like already start like, yeah. And the thing is, I could just learn Figura from the just immediately instead of learning Lua. But I feel like it'll be better if I were to learn the actual language, and then learn the Figura mod. Yeah. I feel like that would be so much better. So I'm gonna spend like the next few weeks like learning Lua, or maybe like the next 2 weeks if I end up finishing it.
Interpreted languages that I know. It is procedural, which means not object oriented, and it is general purpose, meaning you can use it for whatever you like, whether it be games, applications, just a basic script, whatever. So here are some Lua projects you might know. So there's the Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, Apache HTTP server, awesome
Angry
window manager,
Birds?
Roblox,
World of Warcraft,
Angry Birds, The Sims 2 Nightlife, Mafia 2, World of Warcraft, and Fable 2.
Wow, okay.
If you know any of these, then just know that Lua was used in development with these apps and games. And that is actually all that I have to say. So your first challenge of this course is going to be to install Lua. If you're on Linux, it's really simple. If you're on Windows, you're going to have to pull a few strings. I would show you how to do it, but I don't know how to do it on Windows, and I did try, and I had a very difficult time. But I'm telling you right now, if you can install Lua on Windows, then this course that you'll be following will be like nothing.
Wait, Photoshop and Lightroom? Well, shit. Wait, does this mean? Wait. Hold on. Are Premiere Pro extensions coded in Lua? Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a moment. Oh, it's written C++. Damn it. Okay. Premiere Pro, can you code using Lua? Oh, so I can create. Oh no, it doesn't support Lua scripting. While Premiere Pro can be scripted using Extend Script, which is similar to JavaScript, it does not have native support for Lua. Damn it. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Use both of those. Okay, but I mean, I do use Photoshop.
Have no problem following along with this course. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and will join.
Lua's free software distributed source code may be used for any purpose, including commercial purposes, at absolutely no cost. All versions are available for download. The current version is Lua 5.4, next current releases 5.4.7. Do I just... Huh. Okay, wait. Yeah, I don't use DaVinci though.
Button. You should sublime text, notepad, whatever you feel is best. That will work perfectly.
Okay, you know what? This guy doesn't go over like installing Lua, so let's actually go look for that right now. Give me a sec. Okay, let's see. Installing. There's a new Russian Badger video. No, I can't get distracted. Hold on. I cannot get distracted. Hold on. No.
Ranking. Turns out you want to just ignore all of this because compiling on Windows, gross. Who wants to do that? And this is a Linux only thing, if I'm correct. So we can actually just go to here. If you don't have the time or inclination to compile Lua yourself, like any normal Windows user, get a binary or try the live demo. We want to get the binary. Binary is just basically the executable. Now don't be...
Oh, what the fuck? Why didn't they just let you... Okay, whatever. That's... Wait, yeah, why didn't they just let you... Huh.
Fooled by all of this. You don't download it from here. You go to this download page right here.
What the
They make it a
fuck?
massive pain to actually get what you want. It's very interesting.
What?
Then here you have a bunch of options to choose from.
Bro, it's like, what the fuck is this website's UI, bro?
I would like to go with 5.3.6 because 5.4.2 has a lot of changes and stuff that just sucks. So here we have a bunch of things we can choose from.
You know what? Hold on. I gotta contact my my workmates real quick. It's functional XD. Yeah, but I don't know if I should. Hold on.
This is Linux. This is Windows 32-bit. Windows 64-bit. If you're on Windows, you probably have 64-bit. And take note, this will also work on Windows 11. Just because I'm using Windows 10.
This is 3 years ago. Okay. I mean, I could go for. Hold on. What version of Lua is Figura? Hold on, let's check. 5.3. Hold on. Using the full potential of Blockbench, meshes, emissives. I could make emissives using Figura? What the fuck? Includes safe Lua scripting. Hold on. I have an idea. Give me a sec, guys. Let's just look at the tutorial for Figura.
Hi, welcome to my figure tutorial series. This is just a quick episode. Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of my figure tutorial. After that, you're going to need the fabric installer. So, fabric, installer Minecraft. You don't have enough information. This badge appears over the text, but I'll just quickly show you some useful ones. If you want.
Where's the Lua scripting, though? Oh, there it is. Basic
Hi,
scripting.
and welcome to episode 4 of my figure. I'll pop this over to the side. Now we're ready to. Of course, I want to make a brand new script file. Same as the last episode. Okay, so script files are literally just text files. Just like how avatar.json is just a text. Okay, for Visual Studio Code.
Oh, there's a Visual Studio Code? Oh, wait, hold on. What? There's a Visual Studio Code extension? I mean, it makes sense, but hold on. Lua. Is that this one?
I definitely recommend you download the Lua libraries. If you just click on this extensions button here and then search Lua, L-U-A, and you just install the first one, you should have the Lua language library. This will help editing in Lua be a lot easier for you. Alright, I'm just going to pop this over to the side. Now we're ready to code. Make sure you're using the local version of your avatar so you can update it correctly. If you're using the cached version from the cloud, it won't update. So the first thing I want to do is just log some text to the chat. Are the math symbols 10 equal 19? Pretty simple. Now of course I can link this up to the same maths thing from earlier, where it returns a boolean. I could type 9 plus 10 equal. So let's finally stop just logging things to the chat. Let's actually make some. It can be a bit confusing. Okay, alright, so that's everything.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Alright, okay, so I installed the extension anyway, so okay, that's fine. Apparently just use the latest one. Okay, fine. I'll just use the latest one then. 5.4.2. Alright.
10 doesn't mean it won't work on Windows 11. And then we have Mac, which guys seem to not be able to download, and then we have more Linux. Or that's the source, this is Linux. Now we want the 64-bit zip file. So we click that, it will start downloading our files. You just say save file, and I believe it's done. We can now open up our file manager, and we can go to downloads, and you see we have a Lua 5.3.6. We can right click and extract the file. If you don't have this option, I recommend you go install WinRAR or some sort of file extracting software. I like using WinRAR because it just works. I'm going to extract to Lua 5.3.6. Here we have a file here. This allows us to actually run our Lua code, which we'll do in a second. Now what we need to do is we can go back here and we can rename this. You can rename it to anything you want, but I'll just call it Lua.
Wait, can I just like hold on? Wait. I mean, if I have the Lua extension, do I need to even install Lua? Hold on. Do you need to install Lua if you have the extension from VSC? Hold on, give me a sec. Oh, wait, that's my video planner. Whoops. Let's see. Lua debugger. Okay, and then let's do Lua language server. Oh, I already have this. Okay. Love Bisholte. Then let's do Lua check. Wait, RG2. Yo, what's up for Kona's? Yeah, so we're doing a coding stream because I wanna learn Lua. I was thinking of doing Visual Studio Code, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. All right, so let's get cracking, guys. All right, let's see. So how do we start?
And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So this will be our first actual Lua tutorial. We'll be getting a little bit into the code, which is really nice. So I will be using VS Code for doing Lua stuff, but if you don't want to use VS Code, that's perfectly fine.
God fucking damn it, bro. God fucking hell. Oh my god. Okay, whatever.
Sublime Text,
Motherfucker. Okay.
Notepad.
Alright.
Whatever you feel is best, that will work perfectly fine. I just like VS Code because it's a nice IDE. So let's first start with how would you run it. Now if you have VS Code, you should have wrong button. You should have this here. You can usually press the debug button and just try and run it or something. I usually don't do that unless I really write
I mean, yeah, but like the guy said in the tutorial, like you have to install Lua, and I'm just like sitting here like, okay, and then I was like struggling, like what do I even like, what language, like what, how, and then now I'm just like sitting here like, oh wait, I could just.
I really want to debug or something.
Okay,
like.
I'm such an idiot.
Usually
bro.
that's not the case, and I would usually just go to that folder. So in my case, it's home, documents, trash, YouTube.
I think you still need to install Lua though. Really? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I do. What the fuck? Okay, I just need to install it. Give me a sec. Oh, wait. What? What? Hold on. Actually, that language server had instructions.
Alright, so that's everything I want to teach you for
How
this
to
episode.
install
But before I
Lua
go, I
in
definitely
Visual
want to
Studio
show you
Code. How
some
about that?
useful resources that I'm sure will help.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Hello everyone, my name's Saika, and today I'll be guys showing Mac. They have it here, or Linux, or anywhere. I should have all these files in it. Just so you can see, call this one Lua. Then you can right click and extract here, and then it will pull all the files out and just drag them into your Lua folder. Or you could actually just open it up if you have WinZip like I do and drag them into the folder yourself. Then you don't need this anymore, so you can set it off to the side. Now you have your main Lua folder. Put up my second should have these 4 file types in it. Lua 54 and all of these. And what I like to do is rename the Lua 54 just to Lua, so it's easier to execute files. And I'll explain that like in a couple seconds. Now, Visual Studio Code, you can simply install that by opening up your Google
I have Visual Studio Code.
Variables.
Oh, I have to do the environment variable shit again. Oh my god, I hate that shit. No, I hate doing that.
Then you would open this menu up.
God
I like to
damn
put in
it.
the middle screen
Okay,
as you
whatever.
see, and I click
Let's do it.
Environmental Variables. It's the last button
hate
here at the
doing that.
bottom. Should have all this, you simply go down here to
Forgot about
Paths,
path.
and then you're going to want to click Edit, and then you're going to click New, and that's where you're going to put wherever you stored your Lua file, your Lua folder with all those 4 exes in it. I put mine on my desktop, so I like to open up File Manager, and then I like to just go click on the desktop one, click on the Lua folder, double click on the very top so it highlights all like directories and how you would get there for a system. Control C, or you can right click, copy, and then you would just click new, paste it in, press enter, then press OK again, then press OK again.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
And then that means you basically have all the Lua set up, and now you can simply drag this to the side. It's fine if folder. Simply just gonna click over here on the Explorer tab on the left hand side. Inside here, and it's so you can see down here in the terminal printed out I am cool.
oh, so that's how you execute shit. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's get started.
You should just debug or something, but usually
Alright,
that's not the case. And I would usually just go to that folder, so in my case it's home, documents, trash, YouTube, Lua. And then if I show what's inside of this, there's just the main.lua. Take note, if you create a file, it has to be a .lua. So if I were to just open up my file manager here, as you can see, here's a main.lua. It has to be a .lua. Make sure that this is the .lua and not the .txt. I'm looking at you, Windows users. So you can just say create new document and just say whatever, and it just has to be a .lua. As long as it's .lua, it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, once you have that, then
5.2? Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna adapt. I just found out that that Figura uses 5.2, which is I think an older version, so I might not. Yeah, what's up, Kimita? Just stopping by. Plan to rewatch when I get off work. Have fun. All right, see you later. Bye, Kimita. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just gonna use the terminal. Nah.
to run it, I believe if you have installed Lua correctly, then you could possibly just double tap on it and it will run it, but I no. So if you're on Linux,
Alright,
and
sure.
I believe if you're on Windows as well, if you go to the directory, you can just say Lua and the file name and it will run that file. If you don't know if you have Lua installed, if you type Lua, then it should give you this little thing. This is an interpreter. So here we can like type Lua code if you want, so we can just say hello if you wanted to.
There you go.
You know, so yeah. So yeah, that
Alright.
is about all there is to that. We usually, when we do this, I usually only use that if I need to do a quick math calculation. I don't want to open up the calculator, or if I just want to test out some code. So let's first off start off with comments, because throughout this whole course I want you to create as many comments as possible, telling
Oh.
yourself in the future.
Oh, is this like a really basic programming tutorial? Hold on. Let me, cause like, okay, so comments are just double dashes. Okay, whatever. Hi, penis. There you go. Cool.
Syntax error because that wanted to, but it's useful then.
Hold on.
Put,
Oh wait,
See-
the comments work differently here. Hold on.
so we got a syntax error because we don't know what that
Oh.
is.
Wait.
So yeah, this is very useful because maybe you want to, you know, put some text here or something here, like some code, like hello. You can't actually do that, but you know, if you wanted to, then you can put a comment after a line of code, which we'll get to in a second. But what if we wanted to span multiple lines on a comment? Well, this is very useful then.
Oh, okay, so it's double brackets? Okay, wait. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit.
So it is 2 dashes and then 2 square brackets. And in here, this can span multiple lines. Create as many comments.
Oh, shit. Okay, so it works just like the curly braces in, well, literally any language. Okay, fine. Holy shit, multiple lines of comments. What the fuck?
As you want. And once you're outside of it, the way is to use quotes. Both work perfectly fine. So if we say hello
Okay, let's do
world.
print. Yep, let's do print. Let's go, guys.
Make it that.
Hello.
And there we go.
Wiki.
Now we have a basic hello world. We run
go.
that. As you can see, here it says hello world, which is really nice. As I said, we can also do just a single quote. Perfectly
Fuck?
fine.
Hold on.
See, here it says hello world, which is really hello world. We run that. As you can see, here it says hello world.
Wait, do I need to do a $sign? No? What the fuck? Wait, I swear I installed it right. What?
And the file name, and it will run that file. And to the code, which is really nice.
I think I skipped that part. Hold on.
So I will be using VS Code. For you don't want to use VS Code, that's perfectly fine. So let's first start with how would you run it. Now, if you have VS Code, you should have wrong button. You should have this here. You can usually press the debug button and just try and run it or something. I usually don't do that unless I really want to debug or something. But usually that's not the case. And I would usually just go to that folder. So in my case, it's home, documents, trash,
I
YouTube,
literally have
Lua.
the...
And then if I show what's inside of this, there's just the main.lua. Take note, if you create a file, it has to be a .lua. So if I were to just open up my file manager here, as you can see, here's a main.lua. It has to be a .lua. Make sure that this is the .lua and not the .txt. I'm looking at you, Windows users. So you can just say create new document and just say whatever, and it just has to be a .lua. As long as it's .lua, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, so it is a source file, yeah.
So yeah, once you have that, then to run it, I believe if you have installed Lua correctly, then you could possibly just double tap on it and it will run it, but I know. So if you're on Linux, and I believe if you're on Windows as well, if you go to the directory, you can just say Lua and the file name and it will run that file. If you don't know if you have Lua installed, if you type Lua, then it should give you this little thing. This is an interpreter. So here we can like type Lua code if you want, so...
What the fuck? It's not getting recognized? Hold on. VS Code Lua not recognized. Oh, I need to restart it. What the fuck? I'm such an idiot. Hold on. Visual Studio Code. I'm such an idiot. There you go. I'm such a fucking dumbass, guys. Okay. Okay, alright. Let's see. Control C? Okay, cool. CD. CD's nuts. Alright, let's see. Lua underscore scripting. CD learning. Lua main.lua. Boom, hello rookies. Alright guys, we executed our first piece of code. Holy shit. Let's fucking go, guys.
Saying their common sense. Put a multi-line if we were to here get to print multiple fields.
Okay, let's just
So
skip
let's
ahead.
if one of these numbers to parse for to print multiple things at once. When the program gets ran,
Okay,
it goes okay. 2 dashes. Skip this line. Go to the next line. It reads. It does this, and it says, "Oh, 2 dashes." Okay, skip this line. Go to the next line. And here it says, 2 dashes and 2 brackets. Okay, that's a definitely skip until we find this, and then continue. So that's kind of what it does.
Yeah, it's a
Also take
comment.
note that
Yeah.
the same applies. So we put 2 dashes there, it won't be able to execute. So yeah,
Okay,
that's a
it's
comment, and
very,
that's
like,
printing.
Basic.
And say world. Now if we run it,
see.
as you can see it says hello, but then it's a tab and then world.
Oh,
So this is
what?
just nice if you just want to print out a bunch of things. Maybe we want to print out a number here. So let's say
Oh, wait, what? Hold on. So, if you just do, okay, so single brackets and then like, okay.
2 plus 5. There we go here. We can say that
Wait,
would be
what?
7. Do that, and as you can see, 2 plus 5 is, so we can just put like an equal here or something else, equal to 7. But yeah, so that's very useful if you want to work with numbers and stuff like that.
Oh.
But maybe you don't want that, because maybe this tab is, you don't like it. You don't want to use tabs. And then if we say dot dot, and then world, then it will add these two. Just like that. It won't add
Plus 10 equals
spaces,
21.
nothing, which means it's going to be one word and hello world. If you want to add a space, all we got to do is we can go like that, save it, do that, it gives you hello world. Want to add a space? We can do that as well. We can also mix these.
Oh, instead of pluses, you use double dots. Okay, that's interesting. That's okay. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay.
Quotes, so you can have double, single, it doesn't matter. Lua is very nice and very friendly when it comes to text like that. Take note, you can also do this with numbers. So if we go 2 plus 2 is equal to, and in here we can just go, and we can say 4. That will give us a number. Do that. It gives us perfect output. Because those, and we'd like to see more. Please.
All right, cool. Let's go look at the next one. Oh God, this one's even. So let's see, data types, scopes and variables, how to do math and use the math library, strings and Lua, if statements, loops. Is this just a basic? Do I want to hold on? Do I want to go through this, because like I've already studied like stuff. I mean, like I just need to study the syntax, right? But like if it's just gonna be, wait, hold on. Let's learn. Hold on. Learn Lua the basics, episode 1.
Welcome to episode 1 of Roblox Studio, Visual Studio Code, Atom, any text editor, or Notepad++. In this tutorial, we're going to be working on... So the
Alright,
first thing
let's do
we're
this
going to
one. It's
note
like
down a little
60
basic really
minutes per
quick. To make a comment, you do dash dash and then your comment. So we're going to be starting with printing. So I'm going to write printing. And these are not part of the code, but if you
Skibbity.
don't have the dash dash or hyphen, printing will give you an error and your code's not going to work. And to make printing with several
Skibbity.
lines, you do dash dash and then bracket and enter. And now your comment can last over several lines. So I
Check
do
out a
this
crash
to
course. I think this is a crash course now.
put
but
like
yeah, we'll
credits
see.
to my work or tutorials instead of having to do that.
What the hell?
So
You just cut off
printing.
the audio. What the fuck?
We're going to start by writing
Alright.
print, because this is saying that we're going to do a print, and then underneath our parentheses, this is basically going to print whatever inside of here. And then we're going to put 2 quotation marks, and inside of these quotation
Skibbity.
marks, we're going to put hello
Phantom text.
world. And
Toilet.
since there's quotation marks, we're going to be outputting words. You can also print variables, but we're going to get into that later. So now
Yes,
there's
nay,
2
nay,
ways of
baby.
running the code. We can do run file,
Oh,
and
there's a
there we
run
have hello
file.
world. And
I
our
mean, I
second
just-
method we'll be getting into very shortly.
I mean, honestly, I don't even use the debug I just say Lua and then the name of the file.
All right, now we're going to be starting with
Oh, variables.
variables.
Okay, sick.
So we start off
Let's
our
go.
variable with local. This means that it's going to be stored inside of our script and not through server scripts. So we're going to name, for example, I'm going to name my variable hi. So it's local in our script, hi, the name of it. And our variable is going to equal, so our variable is going to mean the word, so quotation marks, and then hello, then exclamation point. You can put anything inside of these quotation marks. And you see how the hi is gray? It's not being used. It will light up once we use it. Another example of a variable,
local.
we can do local, and then let's say we want to put a number in our variable, number, and then we could have like the number 2, for example.
Oh, okay.
And then let's say we want to print our variable, we can do print, and then parentheses, because we're printing whatever inside of our parentheses.
Wait.
And then we're just going to type, instead of type.
I think that flew over my head for a second there. Wait, is local literally just any variable? Or is it a string? Like, hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. I think I'm kind of stupid. Give me a sec.
So we start off our variable with local. This means that it's going to be stored inside of our script and not through server scripts. So we're going to name,
Okay.
for example, I'm going to name my variable hi. So it's local in our script, hi, the name of it. And our variable is going to equal, so our variable is going to mean the word, so quotation marks, and then hello, then exclamation point. You can put anything inside of
Oh.
these quotation marks.
Sick.
And
okay.
you see how the hi is gray? It's not being used. It will light up once we use it. Another example of a variable, we can do local, and then let's say we want to put a number in our variable, number, and then we could have like the number 2, for example. And then let's say we want to print our variable, we can do print, and then parentheses, because we're printing whatever inside of our parentheses. And then we're just going to type, instead of typing hello, instead of that, we're just going to type hi.
There you go.
And now it's going to print hello, where hi is. And then we can also do print and then number.
Or I could just do this.
And now
which
it's
is
going
more
to print
efficient.
hello and then 25.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Now we're moving on to our
Global or
functions.
local? Okay.
A function's a piece of code that can be ran whenever you ask it to. It won't run
Functions.
until you specify it to run. It can be run unlimited amount of times. So we're going to do local because it's going to be stored inside of our code. And
Local.
instead of print or a variable, we're going to type function
function.
and then the
Is
name
this
of the
like,
function. So let's name this
is this
one.
Is this a method? Wait, holy shit! This is such a fast tutorial. What the fuck? So yeah, okay, cool. So this is the okay, sick.
Howdy. And
Alright.
then 2 parentheses because we're not going to be using a subject. And then we're going to
Howdy.
drop 2
Yeah, this is a
lines
method. Yeah.
and then type end. This means that we're going to end our function.
Oh,
So
okay,
whatever
like the
inside of
return-
here
okay, or like
is
the close
basically what
bracket.
our function is. So we can print, we can do anything we want. So print
Print skibbity.
and then howdy partner.
Howdy.
And now once we run our
partner.
function, we're going to print the words howdy partner. So now to run our function, we're going to do howdy. And then if we run the code, we will get howdy partner. And
You don't
it's
even
not
need
going to
capital
run
letters for
if we
this,
delete
okay.
howdy partner. And we can do this
Sick.
tons of times, and then we'll get 4 howdy partners.
Okay.
Now we're
sick.
going to be working with simple math equations. This is my favorite part. There's going to be 3 ways to type a math equation. The first thing we can do is a local a. So we're going to make a variable that's going to equal 1 and 2. So local a is 1, and then local b is going to equal 2.
Okay.
And
sick.
now we're going to make a variable for our answer. And our answer is going to be 1 plus 2, so a plus b. So local answer equals a plus b. And we could do a plus b, a times b, a minus b, a divided
Oh.
by b.
Oh, okay. So it's like every other language. Okay, sick. All right. And then, yeah.
And
Sick.
now we have printed our answer, which is 3. Our second way that we can do this
Sick.
is we can just do print 1 plus 2. And then that's also going to equal 3.
I mean, yeah.
It's just that I don't prefer printing these because let's say you want to like change a number really fast. you'll have to manually change it every time you print these numbers.
Yeah, that's not gonna be efficient.
Our third and final way that we can do this is local. We can do x and y for this one. So local x is gonna equal 1. And local y is gonna equal 2.
Okay, so unlike Java, right? So, like, okay, this is how I'm taking it. So unlike Java, or yeah, unlike literally the other languages that I've learned somewhat, there, like, the variable, at least the thing that precedes the variable name is not int or string or whatever. It's just local or global. Okay.
And then we can
Interesting.
print x plus y.
So how would the software know if it's using an integer though, or a double, or is it not that deep that like the language just doesn't go over that? Huh. That's what I'm wondering.
The shortest one is the second method, but they're all gonna equal the same thing. As we can see, we have 3 3s.
Oh shit.
I would prefer to do the first method because you can change everything really fast. Like I can change my equation.
Like, are all these
So I can
just
print my
assumed to be
answer several times the same
integers?
way instead of
Hold
having to
on.
manually change it each time.
That was dynamically typed. Yeah. You know what? Hold on. I have an idea. I just want to test this. Let's see what happens if we divide. Oh! It's like a double. Okay. Okay, cool.
Mm.
Alright, sick. Oh, and now we get to do inputs.
And now we're
Holy
going to be
shit.
moving on the text input. The first thing is we're going to need to open up our command prompt, assuming that you have Lua installed and you're going to run this fine. And right now we're under my user directory, so I'm going to open up my file explorer, and here we have our directory that we want. We're going to need to
Use the
go to our
terminal.
directory that has our file in it, so then we can run the file from command prompt, so we can type in our info. So I am currently where I want to be, so I can copy this command, and we're going to use cd. So cd stands for change directory. So cd, and we're going to type in the directory I want. And since we're going to do lua, because we use 1.lua. This is now we're going to run it. And here we have our output that we wanted. So now for text
Alright,
inputs, we're going to print a question. So we can print, what's
Who is
your
the best
name?
Hollow
And then
Live
right after this,
VTuber
we're going to do
ever?
/n. This means that we're going to drop a line. So it's going to print one text of line, and then it's going to drop it for us. And now to get our name, we're going to do we're going to create a variable named our name.
Okay, it's a local.
And
yeah,
then we're going to
local name.
equal io.read,
I owe that
parenthesis,
read.
then a semicolon.
Oh.
This is going to
okay,
read our
so
input
that's okay,
and
that's the
store it as our
function for it.
name. And now we can do print
Print. Okay. And then is it
hi, and then we're going to do a space. And this part might get a bit confusing. So after we've printed our space, outside of our quotation marks, we're going to do dot, and the 2 dots mean that we're adding on a string. So you can go from quotations to a variable to
Name
non-quotations,
dot
and it
is the
can go
best
on and on. So it's
VTuber
going to be hi,
ever?
and then our name, and then dot, and then more quotation marks, and we're going to put an exclamation point in there. So now if we go to command prompt and run that, it's going to ask what our name is, and I'll say Ethan.
Yay, web dev study. Perfect. Nice.
And it will say, hi, Ethan. And there you can ask other questions and store it. I've once made a story out of it asking you
Who is the best
questions, and
online
then it will
VTuber
store
ever?
it as variables.
Hoshi Machi Suisei.
Now we're on to if
Yeah!
statements. So this can
Let's
be like if the
go!
number 1 equals the number 1, then
Yeah, there you go. See? Oh, wait. You guys can't see it. What the fuck? Wait, all this time you guys couldn't see me coding? What the fuck? My bad. Man, you guys should have told me. What the fuck? Okay, there you go. Let's just put it up here. Let's put my tutorial up here. Alright.
then we're going to print something, and if it does not equal 1, then we're going to print something else. So we can
If
start
statements.
with local. We can do first, and then we're just going to set that to the number 6, and then local second. So we're going to set 2 variables that are equivalent to 6. And now we're going to do if. This is saying if
Oh.
first, then
Oh, there's no.
Then we're gonna do equal equal. This means equivalent.
Oh, it's still equals.
If we do
okay.
one equal sign, it's gonna think as a variable or
Second.
something else. So if first is equivalent to second,
Okay.
and then we're gonna do then, and now that we're gonna drop a line, we're going to print. We can just print correct, and then we're gonna go back and then else, and then we're gonna print not correct, and then we're gonna end it just like how we ended our function. So we're gonna do end.
Okay, so
And
then,
now,
yeah, then
if
I
we run
actually
it,
do end,
it will say correct. So now if we run it, it's gonna say correct. But then let's say we can change it to 9. So if first is equivalent, so 6 is equivalent to 9, we run it, it's gonna say not correct. We can do unequivalent, so it'd be a
so this is
squiggly
not
and then
correct.
equal,
Okay.
and it's gonna be correct because 6 is not equivalent to 9. Then we
That's
can
an
do
inequality.
less than.
So instead of a slash, it's
So
perfect.
if 6 is less than 9, it's correct, or it could be greater than 9. And then we can do less than or equal to 9, and then it will output the same exact things.
Okay, challenge. Here we go. Nice.
Now that we've finished this tutorial, we're gonna do a challenge. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna make a sales tax calculator. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna set a variable for the price and the tax rate, and then you're gonna make a variable that does the math.
Because sales tax calculator, you set a variable for the price, tax rate, and do the math to give me the price without tax, the price with tax included, and the amount of tax. Okay, let's do that. All right. Sales tax calculator. Let's see if I'm built to do code, guys. All right. Let's do some like. Hold on. Let me get some Toho lo-fi hip hop first. Alright, chat, let's do this. Alright, make a sales tax calculator.
And then it will output the price without the tax, the price with the tax, and the amount of tax included. I'll give you a few minutes, and then I'll show you what I got.
Alright. Let's see, set a variable for the price, local tax, local rates. Let's do io.read here. And then the price. Actually, no. Let's do $2. Numbers are calculated in dollars. Oh, USD. What is okay? Sales tax calculator. Let's make this as pretty as possible, just because. Let's see. What is your price? Price is io.read. Rate would be let's do okay, so let's do 5 as a tax. Rate would be 3. Yeah. And then let's do wait, what? Oh, tax rate. Oh, okay, whoops. Alright. And then let's do do this. Okay. Local. Yo, what's up, Clarky? Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in. I'm just learning Lua scripting or Lua programming. Price with text, and then let's just do price times text, and then let's do this. Okay, so let's do the massive print here. So let's do print. Oh no, let's do what was it? Price without tax. Price, and then it's just gonna be price. Price with text, and then let's do, what was it? Price with text, and then let's do another quote over here, and then tax amount, and then I think this should be right. Oh shit, wait. It's Lua challenge 1.lua. Oh, I put it in the wrong folder. Okay, sick. There you go. What's your price? Ah, there you go, guys. Look at that. Okay, cool. What's your price? Let's do $7. Price 7, price with tax 35, tax amount 5. There you go, guys. I did it. I did my first program, or I did my first challenge. Holy shit, I did it, guys. Nice clap, clap, clap. Let's actually add some dollar signs on it. Let's do $3. Boom! Oh my god, I did it. All right, let's see how Mr. Tutorial Man did.
So here's what I got. I set a variable for our price, tax rate, and our price is $20. So our tax rate in Michigan it's 6%, and we're gonna calculate our tax by multiplying 20 by 0.06, which is 20 times 6%. And then our total, we're just gonna add our price.
Oh,
to our
okay, no, okay, yeah, no, I misread what he was talking about.
tax rate.
All right, well, like, I
And
had a
then it
general
will
idea.
print all
anyways.
of what we wanted it to print.
Yeah.
So we have our starting price, $20, price with tax, $21.20. Our tax is $1.20, and our tax rate is 6%. Thank you so much for following this tutorial. Please feel free to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on for it.
Lua in 100 seconds. Okay.
Lua, a fast, multi-paradigm scripting language famous for
Okay,
being
let's
so
see this.
underrated. Imagine a language that's easier to learn than Python, while also being faster and more portable than Python. Lua was named after the moon when it was designed by a team of computer scientists in Brazil in 1993. It's lightweight and extremely fast because its virtual machine maps very closely to C, and when used with its just-in-time compiler, it's widely considered the fastest scripting language in the world. This makes it ideal for embedding into other applications, like World of Warcraft or Roblox, for example, where users can write Lua to build their own games and features because the language is embedded into the base game. It's easy to learn because it has only 21 reserved words and has only one data structuring mechanism called a table that can represent arrays, dictionaries, graphs, trees, and more. It also supports collaborative multitasking with coroutines. Its standard library is very minimal, but it does have a large ecosystem of packages with the Lua Rocks package manager. To get started, install it, then create a file ending in .lua. Declare a variable by providing a name and value. By default, variables are global, but make them local with the local keyword. It's a dynamic language, so no type annotations are required. We can then use print to output the value to the standard output. There are no classes in Lua, but anything you can imagine can be done with functions and tables. A function is declared with the function keyword, then closed with the end keyword. Functions are first-class objects, which means they can be passed around to other functions to support functional programming patterns. Now, to structure data, you create tables with braces. A table is actually actually an associative array, which means the index in the array can be replaced with different values. By default, it uses integer values, and the craziest thing about this language is that it starts the index at 1 instead of 0 like...
What? Wait, what? What the fuck? Why? Wait, what? Why? Why does it start at 1? No! Oh my god, okay. That's gonna fuck me up later. That's gonna this is gonna fuck me up later, guys. To those that program, you guys know how this fucks you up, okay? To those that don't know how to program, let's just say that this is criminal. You don't... Why is it 1? Why is it starting at 1? No! Also, hi Sven, how's it going, bro? Hope you're doing great. What the fuck? Okay, anyways, let's keep going.
Most languages. That gives us a conventional array, but we can also easily create a dictionary by giving the keys a string value. Now we can use for to loop over every key value.
Did it just use an emoji as a fucking input or as a fucking string? Wait, what? As a data value? Is that legal? Okay, whatever.
Pair in the table. The language is single-threaded, but we can use coroutines to pause and resume a function. Create a coroutine, then use yield to suspend its execution. Now somewhere else in the code, use coroutine resume to continue execution until you get to the return statement. Now if you're a C programmer, you'll be happy to know that Lua has a very simple C API. It allows us to run Lua code inside a C program, or vice versa, run C code from a Lua program. Now to execute your code, open up the terminal and run the Lua interpreter. This has been Lua in 100 seconds. Hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more short videos like...
Yo, what's up, Kumochi? Welcome in. Hope you're doing amazing today. Welcome. I'll check you out later.
this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Are you a VTuber? Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, sick. I'm just gonna, yeah. Don't mind me. All right.
Firebase, a suite of tools.
Let's see. Lua Crash Course. Okay. Beginner to advanced. This is like a 3-hour fucking course. Hold on. Also, Sven, how you doing, bro? Hope you're doing amazing. Why Lua? Hold on. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's funny. Why, Lua? Alright. Crunchy, yeah. Alright, crash course for beginners. Alright, let's see. Why choose Lua? What is runtime? Jobs and opportunities. Hold on, let's see this.
2. Jobs and opportunities.
Holy shit.
Well, let me tell you that Lua alone may not land you a job. I know it's a bummer, but
Tell that to people hiring people for figure Minecraft shit. Because I could technically get paid for that.
it's a valuable asset if you're aiming for roles.
Yo, what's up, Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm just learning I'm learning Lua. I'm learning Lua code. It's like the start. I'm gonna first do Lua, and then I'm gonna start learning C#.
Like game developer, right? Embedded systems developer as well. Gameplay programmer. And speaking of gameplay programmer and game developer, we will move on, or we'll jump to the next point, which is Lua in game development. Lua is widely used for scripting in video games.
Okay, yeah, I don't need to... Wait, Cisco IP cameras can be controlled using Lua? Holy shit. Okay, so yeah, so any language, I guess, would just help. Okay, cool. Let's see. Variables and data types, handling number strings, booleans, and more. Let's look at that.
Now, let's talk about variables and data types. I told you that Lua is dynamically typed programming language. So it's more like Python. So if you want to declare a variable, for instance, let's have a player name, for example.
Let's do
like that. You have declared that variable. You want to give it a value. So I'm going to give the value of night. That's a string. All right. This is a string data type. And that's of course a comment. I forgot to mention that. So comments are very useful, of course, as you may or may not know, in writing.
I still think the fucking array starting at
comments
1
for
is a
yourself.
crime. I'm just saying.
What that code does, what that code line does, or what that code block does exactly. Not only useful for you and life, you can use the data to escape repetition.
Yeah, I already
For
saw
practical
that.
example,
Oh.
we can have a variable called is alive. Your hero, your protagonist of the game is alive. And we can give that a value of true.
Also, to those that just got here, the reason why I'm learning Lua is because the person that I'm working for Minecraft stuff, there's this mod called Figura, and basically I could code. Basically, you need Lua, knowledge in Lua to be able to code that shit. So honestly, like that's exactly why I'm like learning Lua, is because, you know, it will be great and I could probably earn money off of it. So and hey, like hear me out, right? If I were to host, like hypothetically, if I were to host another Minecraft SMP and make it like super lightweight, technically I could code my own Figura models for the game. Or like maybe not the models, but like I could probably code in shit that are in the you know, like I could probably code in like custom models for everybody in the SMP if I were to make a Minecraft SMP. So yeah, so that's pretty much like my reasoning for doing this. But yeah. Wait, give me a sec.
Also, you can do like this, is that's also equal to false. So we have true and false. Also, we have nil. Nil if, for example, the player hasn't picked a weapon yet. We can have weapon set to nil. Okay?
Wait, hold on. I just realized. Wait, what the fuck? So it automatically recognizes the variable? Huh.
The player, we have true and false. Also,
Really?
you can do like
Wait,
this,
what?
is that's also equal to false. So we have true and false. Also, we have nil. Nil if, for example, the player hasn't picked a weapon yet. We can have weapon
nil is like
set to
okay, cool.
nil.
Local sword equals nil.
Here the player has not chosen the weapon yet. So for Python, you have none if something is not assigned yet. In JavaScript, we have null and undefined.
Null.
Okay, depends on the context, of course. So that's not a new concept. It's
That's
not unique to
okay.
Lua. Yeah. And let's go ahead and print everything. Okay, let's say here player. And that's going to be the placeholder. The placeholder here, we have our player name. And we have the health. And the health here substituted by this variable that we have assigned to it 100, which is a full number. Also, we have alive.
Is alive? Oh, alive? Alive
right,
question
which
mark?
is set to true.
Alive question mark?
And let's try out our file, lua main.lua. And there we go. Player night,
Lua
health 100, alive is true.
2.lua.
Alright, let's talk about arithmetic logic. So arithmetic logic in Lua, like in any other programming language, as I showed you in the interpreter, what you can do is that you can do any basic arithmetic operations. So you can do obviously.
Okay, yeah, so I did do the operations. So is there any other ones that I haven't like seen yet? Oh wait, this has game logic? Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, this is just like, okay. Wait, I think the only one that I need is the loops. Like, how do loops work in Lua?
General.
Alright, let's see.
Alright, now let's talk about loops in Lua. A loop in programming is something that you want to repeat. whether definitely or indefinitely. Depends on your
Luckily, I
purpose.
still got like the fundamentals
And
in my head. You know?
in many programming languages,
It's a lot easier than I
the
thought.
keywords for looping are the same. So let me start by the first loop, which is called while loop.
Oh, this is a while loop. Okay, sick.
While loop means that while something is true, I want you to do this thing.
Yeah,
I
how
want
does
you
this
to
work in
repeat
this
this thing.
language?
So let's say that we have an enemy wave in video game, Callisto Protocol or Days Gone, any video game. You have an enemy wave. Initially, that's equal to 1. So I'm going to ask my program to do something while this wave is less than or equal to 3. While the wave is less than or equal to 3, so that means that first wave, second wave, and third wave,
What's up, Bancrooks? I'm
I
learning
want
Lua.
to do so while a certain condition.
I'm learning Lua so I could do Figura, and then I could definitely make money off of that. That's basically what I'm doing, and I could also probably put that on my resume, like, oh, hey, like I started programming. So, yeah, like basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna learn Lua, and because apparently Lua is really easy. So like once I learn how to do like, Lua, and learn the Figura mod in Minecraft, and you know like get really good at it, then I could probably start doing shit like C# after that. I wouldn't say I'm not really gonna exactly go for game dev, but it would be nice to just get into something that I'm more familiar with. Like, you know, I like games, right? So like it would be nice. So like I guess like the language that I want to master first would be something that's related to my passion. But the thing is, I already studied this in college. Or at least I studied JavaScript, Java, Python for like a semester. So like I have a general idea of how programming works. It's just that the syntax is like different. So yeah, that's what I'm learning right now. And then like, you know, I'm going to get started with Figura if I have time.
This and this and this. Okay.
Yeah, welcome in.
So while wave is
Thursday,
equal
so,
to
yeah.
or less than or equal to 3, I want you to print, let's say here, spawning
Oh, okay.
enemy wave.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
again,
Yeah.
while a certain condition
I already
is
took
met,
like so many college
I want you
classes,
to print this
so it's like,
statement. Spawning enemy wave, and I'm
might
going
as well
to
just learn. And I can add this
just
to my
plug
tools.
the wave, whatever the wave number is now.
Okay.
But that's not it, because a main condition in any loop is the increment or the decrement.
Yeah.
So I want to
is it plus
increment
plus?
the initial wave number by 1, for example. So you're going to take the wave and increment it by 1.
Oh.
All right? And
Oh,
don't
it's like
forget
that.
the
Okay,
end
sick.
keyword.
Okay,
So
cool.
what we're going to do here is that
just
while
like that.
the wave is
Okay,
equal
stop.
to or less than 3,
Damn, I feel so terrible, bruh. There's no fucking plus or whatever. Oh man. Kuma Mochi, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome into HQ. By the way, I don't usually do dev streams, but it would be nice to do more of these. But like, I usually start gaming, you know. So yeah. The Lua guide linked on Figure's GitHub only brings up variables, functions, and conditions. Really? What the fuck? Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the reason why I want to learn how to do I want to learn Lua first before I start like actually working on something on Figura, because I know for a fact that's gonna fuck me over later. So. But yeah, so yeah, I want to make money off of this, so might as well. Like I could just add it to my resume too, cause like I'm looking for an IT job, right? So like if they link to Lua online book for more advanced stuff. Okay, but
I want you to spawn the enemy wave by taking the wave and increment it by 1. So the first loop, you're going to add 1. The second loop, another 1. And the third loop, another 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out what we will have.
so okay, yeah.
And there you go. Spawning enemy wave. So
go,
it started with 1, then 2, then 3. So what if I will do 4, for instance?
It'll just keep spawning in.
That's
yeah.
going to be 4.
Yeah.
4 different loops. So what if I will do 100, for instance? Wow, it has looped over 100 very, very fast. Of course, I didn't test, the speed of...
There's no conditional to... Yeah, no, there's no condition for the wave to finish. So I assume that, like... Oh my god! Wait! Hold on, I just realized! I can apply this logic to Call of Duty Zombies. Okay, so yeah, I guess it works just like that, right? So, like, zombies go in, right? Rounds go in infinite, so it starts with, like, one while loop. I didn't even realize this. What the fuck? This is so cool when learning about game design now. What the fuck? I can definitely, like, get good at programming through this. Holy shit. Okay, so, like, for example, we start at wave 1, right? Round 1 in Call of Duty Zombies. Oh my god, if I just gamify everything, then, like, I'll be able to learn the language in no time. Holy fuck. So, like, for example, a while loop to, starting at round 1, it would probably less than an infinite amount of rounds. I don't know how many rounds a COD Zombies game could survive, could you go for, though? But basically, I assume that, like, they'll probably put it as, like, a really impossible number. But, yeah, as long as the enemy... Yeah, so it'll just keep, like, saying, like, the round timer, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, there's an increment. But then there's also a condition to see if you finish the round. So I guess there's like an if statement probably somewhere around here that will dictate whether or not the round is finished. Because, like, this is just spawning in all the waves. So
of the looping.
Holy shit.
But yeah, as you can see, it has looped over 100 times, 100 enemy waves. All right. So that's the first looping mechanism in Lua. The second looping mechanism is what we call for
I fucking knew it. I love for loops.
I want here to render game tiles, for example. So to do a for loop in Lua, that's very, very simple to do. I'm going to take an example of a tile and pixel, as we're talking about 2D video games, or,
okay, I'm thinking of Toho
if
right now.
we are doing level design, for instance, in any video game. So you have here a tile. A tile simply is a small square or rectangular unit used to build a map or a level. So you can think of it like a Lego piece in a grid. And the common size is 16 by 16 or 32 by 32 or 64 by 64 pixels per tile. A pixel, however, is the smallest unit of a digital image. Okay, so that's the tiny dot on your screen. Okay, so I just wanted to explain to you the difference between a tile and a pixel. So a tile actually is formed of pixels. All right, so let's say that I want to loop over tiles from 1 to 5. We have 5 different tiles. So I'm going to say for tile equal to 1, 5.
Oh, this is the
that
range.
Means that I want to loop over from 1 to 5. So 5 different loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those 5 loops in each tile, I want to print something. I want to print the tile itself multiplied by 32 to get the total number of pixels. So I'm gonna say for tile is equal to 1 to 5. You can think of it as steps. Step 1, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. For tile equal to 1, 5, do the following.
It's just doing do.
What I want to do, I want to print here.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So basically, do is like the open curly brace in Java. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then haha funny count, and then like I'll do like maybe I could do like a number here. Num equals 1, local num equals 1, and then I could do num here, and then I'll do num equals num plus 1.
drawing tile at x is equal to, or x like that, is equal to, I'm going to pass the tile depending on the loop number. So first loop, second loop, third loop, and so on.
Oh, wait, I'm such an idiot. I don't even need to do that. Why do I need to assign a variable if I could just... if I could just assign it to tile? I'm such a fucking dumbass. Wait. Wait, what? I'm such an idiot. Wait. Yeah, wait, hold on.
Multiplied by 32 pixels. Okay. Don't forget to end that. And let's run this. So we have here an error. Unexpected sample near 240. I think, yeah. Let's run that again. And there we go. Draw that. Yeah. Expected some
What did he do? Hold on.
pixels.
Oh. Tile times 32? Okay.
Okay. Don't forget to end that. And let's run this. So we have here an error. Unexpected sample near 240. I think, yeah. Yeah, like that.
160. Nice.
Right, let's run that again. And there we go.
Why does it sound
Drawing
like Victor
tile
from
at
Arcade?
x equal to 32 pixels, 64, 96, 128, and 160. And even I can make it nicer for you. So we can make like this. Tile.
Bro. Sounds like Victor from Arcade, bro.
And that's going simply to show you on each iteration what number of pixels we have. That's pretty obvious, of course, because we have only 5 steps. But if we have more than that, that's just for better visual representation. So let's try that out. And there you go. Drawing tile at tile 1, x equal to 32 pixels.
Shit, okay. Let's see. Functions. I learned functions earlier. Tables. I think tables are just... Wait. Advanced bits? Multiple return value. Anonymous functions. Table iterations. Okay. Functions. Let's look at functions a little bit.
Repeat until. Execute the... Okay. To create a function that takes a damage, we will need 2 things. The player health and the damage taken. So...
Oh, wait, guys, give me a sec. I need to take a break for a second. I need to grab something real quick. Hold on, guys. Okay, I am back. Alright, I think I should be good. Wait.
Always give names that make sense to your functions, okay?
Alright.
And we need to...
I think I get it now. Alright, okay guys, I understand it now. Let's see. I think that should be enough for me to know for what I'm gonna be doing. Alright, cool. So, let's talk about the main thing I want to do for this stream. Okay, figure out tutorial. Let's go, guys. Let's make some money. Alright, so...
Hi, welcome to my figure tutorial series.
How do we start?
This is just a quick episode explaining how this series is going to work. So first things, it's best to be watching through the playlist, but if you want, you can like click on the links in the description which will tell you which episode's the next episode. This series is for versions 0.1 and later of Figura, and I'm going to be trying to make sure I'm keeping everything up to date. YouTube won't let me like edit videos after I've already uploaded them, unfortunately. So the best way to keep everything up to date without just taking down the videos constantly is to add just extra parts and slot them into the series. So if you see like episode, for example, 3A or 3B or something like that, that is basically an update. Hi,
Yeah, my coworker actually told me about this, so I was like, okay, I might as well learn this.
And welcome to episode 1 of my Figure
Alright, here we
tutorial
go.
series. In this episode, I'm going to be going over the very... So first off, I guess, what is Figure? So Figure is a client-side mod, which is for Fabric. And it allows you to just change your player model extensively, which is really nice. Alright, so the first thing you're obviously gonna want to do is install it. So I'm gonna quickly walk you through that. So I'm gonna go Figure Modeling. Because Modeling is a billion times better than CurseForge. You'll see a page like this, and you want to download the latest version. Whatever version you download, by the way, make sure you take a note of what Minecraft version it's for. I'm going to be downloading for 1.19.4, but you might be doing something newer or older than that, so just keep that in mind. So, grab the file you want, download it. Pretty simple. I mean, you've downloaded a mod before.
No, I'm not gonna use that one.
Probably.
I'm not gonna use that one. Hold on a second. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna use that one. Let's see. Let me create a profile. Fabric, was it?
After that, you're going to need the Fabric installer, so 19.4 for me.
Let's see. 1.21.5 Figura workspace. Okay. And then let's browse the Figura mod. That is my... Okay, give me a sec, guys. Let's see. I'm just trying to do this on my end right now. Give me a sec, guys. Figura. Where is Figura? How do I download mods through CurseForge? What the hell? Oh, add more content. I'm such a stupid idiot. Okay, oh, there it is. Figura. All I need is Figura, right? Let's see.
And done, just like that. So now if I open up Minecraft, I've not opened up the launcher in a very long time. Alright, so you see we've got Fabric installed, but we still need to add Figura, but that's really simple. Just hit the Windows key and type %appdata%, and then open this folder here. You want to hit .minecraft, mods, and then you want to go to your downloads folder. You want to grab the Figura file,
1.21.4.
drag it into the mods folder, and then...
Let me just change the version real quick. Let's see. Let me just... Hold on. I know you guys can't see it, but hold on. Because I might as well learn this, you know? Like, Figura workspace... Fabric. And then let's do, hold on. Alright, there you go. Sick. Alright.
And you can just launch the game. And there we go. It has now started. So
That's it?
if I just join a world here, you can see Figura should be working. And it is. Alright, so let's show you how to use this mod. When you press the escape menu, you'll notice this new icon here. This is the Figura icon. When you click it, you get this menu. Now, you won't have all these avatars, and you probably won't even have an avatar equipped. But I just have all this here to help demonstrate how everything's going to work. Alright, so yeah, in the wardrobe screen, you have your avatars down here. You can obviously select them by just clicking on the avatars. However, when you do this, other people won't see these changes. It is client-side only. When I click the reload avatar button, it'll fetch my avatar from the backend and show you what everyone else sees. And you can see it's still my avatar. To change my avatar, I would have to click the upload avatar button. And then when I reload, you can see it fetches this one. Whenever you select an avatar, make sure you both upload and reload the avatar to make sure everything's syncing properly. To deselect your avatar, you can click this button here. And to delete your avatar from the Figura backend, you can click this button. You can access your avatar roots folder, clicking this folder up here. You can also like drag to rotate your avatar, you can right click to pan, and you can open this so you can see things a little further
Press
out.
enter to
You can
enable the
zoom and stuff.
narrator.
It's pretty handy to, you know, look at what everything looks like in
Hold on, give me
game.
a sec, guys.
You can also check if you're connected to the Figura backend up here. If it's like red and says backend not connected, then, you know, other people won't be able to see anything and you won't be able to see other people. If your avatar has custom sounds, when you click up here, you'll be able to see
Wait,
them
there's custom
all
sounds?
in here.
What?
And if your avatar has keybinds, which this one doesn't, one sec. If your avatar has keybinds, you'll be able to see them all here, and
I could make keybinds? What?
you'll even be able to rebind them. Next up, we have the permission screen. This is basically where you set how laggy people's avatars are
Holy fuck. Okay, this is gonna be really cool. Alright guys. This is our start.
allowed to be. So like, you know, you can block people and their avatars won't work anymore. You can set it too low and the avatars will only be able to do very basic things. You can see when you don't have enough permissions, this badge pops up. And if they're your friend, you can set the permissions to high or max. You can also control this through this handy slider here.
That's so
And if they're errored,
cool.
make sure you just reload their avatar. Now, of course, there's only me here because basically. Finally, we have the settings. There's a lot of.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of settings. Okay. Let's see. Make a basic avatar. I'm just gonna emissives.
Hey, this is a quick update video for episode
Hold
3.
on.
I'm just gonna try and speed on this. First thing I want to show you, there's now a community-made Figura Blockbench plugin. So if you go File, Plugins,
Oh, I should probably download Blockbench. Okay, hold on. I just want to download it just because, but it's not exactly necessary, I think, for what I'm gonna do, but it would just be nice, you know. So let me just do that real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna download this just because, you know, why not? Let's see.
search Figura. You see here, Figura model format by KitKat. Community-made Figura Blockbench plugin. So if you go File, Plugins, search Figura.
Oh,
You see
this
here,
one.
Figura model format by KitKat. Let's hit install. And you can see now you have the Figura model project format available instead of just like generic model. So yeah, it just removes some default Blockbench functionality that you don't really use in Figura to make things simpler. Figura model project. Let's hit install. And you can see now you have the Figura model project format available instead of just like generic model. So yeah, it just removes some default Blockbench functionality that you don't really use in Figura to make things simpler. It clarifies some other things like in animations, for example. And it also adds a couple extra little neat features. It's just a handy thing to have. Alright, so that's the Blockbench plugin. Next thing I want to show you is emissives. Now, I previously did explain how to do emissives in Blockbench in episode 3, but my explanation was completely wrong. I'm sorry on their own. So we'll need to create one of those.
I actually don't need. I don't think I need this, but okay. Let's go for. Ah, there you go. Basic scripting. All right, let's go.
Okay. Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of my Figura tutorial series. In this episode, okay, for Visual Studio Void update. So the first thing I want to do is just log
Alright,
some text to the
let's
chat.
see.
To do that, all I have to do is type log.
Come from a guy who's been modding Minecraft for 5 years now. Okay, so basically, for my job, for my I work for a Minecraft YouTuber. We use Figura for a lot of this stuff, and or at least in recent time. And basically, we use scripts for a lot of the 3D models that we end up using. So we do need programmers, and I was like, wait, I could definitely put this on my resume because I'm working at a job that, you know, actually pays me. And, you know, like, I feel like I could actually, you know, put this on my IT resume. So, and also, like, learning and getting good, and, like, you know, like, learning practical, like, programming, or, like, practically learning, like, scripting at least, would just, regardless, like, it's experience, right? So, it would help no matter what. So it would be nice for me to put that on my resume because I got nothing on my resume right now. So basically, I'm learning how to script in Figura. It's a mod in Minecraft. And basically, yeah. So I'm gonna be that's why I was learning Lua at the start of the stream because I wanted to learn Figura so then I could start scripting on it and see what I could do with it. And then after, if I manage to get good with this by next stream or next Thursday, then I'm gonna learn C# like first thing, or probably like I might do like some scripts in Lua and see what I could do. But if I manage to get to the point where I'm able to work using the knowledge that I have, then I'll just get started with C#. And yeah, so that's pretty much like the thing. Hold on, let me just go through this first. What's up, Riv? How's it going?
And then open brackets like this, and then you need to do quotation marks. You can
yeah, so basically, with Figura, it really makes like it's dynamic, very dynamic, like Minecraft models. You could create avatars and shit. It's pretty cool. I've used it before. I've seen it before with like with my workspace. So I'm not gonna exactly say what, because that's like the I don't know what I'm allowed or what I can and can't say like in terms of details about that. But like all I'm gonna say is that we do use Figura, and a lot of the stuff needs code. So like I was like, yo, this is a programming job. I could definitely go for that.
either do double or single quotation mark. It's up to you. I'm just gonna do double.
Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. Nobody said anything for like the past like 3 hours, man. Alright. Is that better, Riv? Is that high enough for you? Hello? Everyone in the chat? I swear I need to add like, hold on, I need to add a gain to this, bro. Like, I swear, it's every time. Like, I don't know why my mic is like this. Alright, hello? Okay, good. Alright, anyways, let's keep going.
So then, inside this, just type your text. I'm gonna type hello
Alright, let's see.
world, exclamation mark.
Oh, this
And
is
if
just
I
the
save
basic
this
hello
with
world.
Control
Okay, cool.
S, you can see it runs once in the chat. Every time I save this, it'll run again. One thing...
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, how did it...
Wait, you can update. Need to do... Just gonna do hello. It runs once in the chat.
I think I missed something. Hold on, wait. I think I...
It's just a text. Clear out avatar and make a new blank one.
Oh.
Alright, here we go. First thing, of course, I want to make a brand new script.
Oh, I make a new avatar first. Okay, hold on. Let's try that. Soma. Psycho. Skibbity. Author. Toilet. Include a model. No, include a script. Include dummy events, I guess. Wait.
6 analysis, which I will link. Alright, here we go. Let's super in depth. You can find other resources, which I will link. So, let's clear our avatar and make a new blank one.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. First.
Alright, cool. Let's see. Alright, cool. I got the skibbity avatar.
Thing, of course, I want to make a brand new script file. Same.
Alright, so how do I do this? Open avatar's root folder? Oh, okay. Sick. Alright, let's see. So, oh, wait, there's already a script here.
This is the last episode.
Sick.
Okay, so script files are literally just text files. Just like how avatar.json is just a text. Crazy. Make script. Visual Studio Code, Notepad++, and...
Alright, so I guess I'll just make this the current folder. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, I could just like drag this in. Hold on. Add folder to workspace. Oh, there it is. Sick. Wait, what? Wait, that's so cool. Wait. Hold on. Let me just read this. Auto generate script file. Entity initiating event used for when the avatar entity is loaded for the first time. Ooh. Yo. Wait. Does this mean I can add animations? Like for example, if I were to animate or have someone animate like something coming out of the ground, right? Like zombies and shit. Does this mean like I could add this like over here? Player functions go here. Oh, dude. Yo. Wait. This is so sick. Tick events called 20 times per second. Render event called every time your avatar is rendered. It has two arguments, delta and context. Delta is the percentage between the last and the next tick as a decimal value from 0.0 to 1.0. Context is a string that tells where this render event was called. The paper doll GUI player render first person. Sick. Oh my god.
But you can use whatever text
Alright.
code in particular.
Let's learn. Let's see if it works. Hold on.
So the first thing I want to do is just log some text to the chat. To do that, all I have to do is type log and then open brackets like this. And then you need to do quotation marks. You can either do double or single quotation mark. It's up to you. I'm just going to do double. So then inside this, just type your text. I'm going to type hello
Skibbity.
world exclamation mark.
No, wait.
Then if I save this,
Suisei.
S, you can see it runs once in the chat. Every time I save this, it'll run again. One thing worth noting, you don't have to type log here. You can also type print if you would prefer. And that works as well. I'm going to use log though since it's shorter. And I prefer using
Let's do print.
Okay, so
I
of
like
course
print.
you can do a lot more than just logging text to the chat. You can also log numbers. So if I type 9 here and save this, it comes up with a 9 in blue because rather than being a string, it's a number now. You can also do
oh shit! Wait, it's actually popping up 10, in the
it comes up with
what the hell? Wait. Chotto. Sensei, chotto matte. Hold on. Wait. What the fuck? Wait. Oh, it works! Oh my god, wait, it actually works! Holy shit! Oh my god, it pops up in the chat. What the fuck? That's so sick. Wait, what?
You can also log numbers. So if I type 9 here and save this, it comes up with a 9 in blue.
Oh, that's
rather than being a string,
sick!
it's a number now. You can also do maths with numbers. Like if I type 9 plus 10, it comes up with the result of 19. You can do other math symbols like times, divide, all that kind of stuff. Now apart from strings and numbers, there's also
that's just
booleans,
like,
which is just true or false. You literally just type true, and it comes up as true, or false, and it comes up as false. Now booleans can actually return from the math things we were showing before. For example, if I said 9 is greater than 10, it would tell me false. And if I said 10 was greater than 9, it'd tell me true. You can also check if the values are equal by doing 2 equal signs. Like this. It tells me that 9 is not equal to 10, but 10 is. Similarly, I could type something like this, which is 9 plus 10 is 21. That is, in fact, log.
Alright, hold on.
Now, you may have noticed I used 2 equal signs here. If I just typed a 1, it gets mad at me and explodes. That's because equals is actually used by something else. Variables, which I'll explain now. Now, you can name variables whatever you want, as long as it's not got spaces and other weird stuff in it. But in this case, I'm just going to call it variable. Variable. And I say that equals 9. And I save this.
Local.
And then I go log variable. Save that. You see it returns 9 because variable has been set to 9. Just like before, I can do the same.
Oh, that's so
math that
sick
was
how it's
done
printing
before.
in the game
Variable
now.
Plus 10, that's 19. Does variable plus 10 equal 19?
Plus 10.
Yes. You could even make multiple variables and add them together like this, and it would still work just fine. And of course, you don't just have to set variables
21.
as numbers, you can set it as text.
Oh.
And
9
booleans
plus
as well.
10 equals 21.
Okay, this is cool and all,
Alright.
but currently it's still completely useless. So, what can we do with this? Well, time to introduce the if statement. If you type if, and then I'm just going to type true here, then you have your code that it runs end.
Okay, I think I already know. I already learned a lot of
Another
this
pretty
already
important thing
earlier,
is-
like early this stream. So let's just skip it. It's like a
Alright, so we
dummy
have all
events.
this basic logic running whenever you save it. It's actually definitely worth noting. This is actually running whenever the avatar is reloaded. So whenever I reload my avatar, it'll run this code just the first time, just immediately when you reload. Of course, you might want to run code more than just the moment the avatar loads. So now we need to check figures events. Let's just create a new avatar because there's a good template I want to
Oh,
show you.
events. Okay,
If we
there you go.
include a script, you can include dummy events, which can be extremely useful. If I open this up. Okay,
Oh,
so you
that's
can
the
see
thing
we've got
that we're
three
looking at.
important
Okay,
events in
cool.
here. We've got entity init, tick, and render. The first one, entity init, which is entity initialization. This runs when the player entity first loads. It's basically the same thing we were doing here before, except this is just when the avatar first loads. We'll come back to entity init in a bit. Next, we have tick. Let's go over here. To create your tick function, you want to type, of course, function, and then events.tick, and then opening and closing brackets. Press enter a couple times, type and, just like indent in here with tab, and you have your tick function. Just like in here. You'll
This
notice
is so
every
sick.
code I
Oh my
put inside
god.
of this tick function will run once every 20th of a second. So if I type T, you'll see it just spams the chat with T. To make this easier
Holy
to
shit.
visualize, I'll quickly make a clock. I'm making a new variable here. I'll call it clock, just outside of the function, and I'll make it equal to 0. And then inside this function, I'm going to type clock equals clock plus 1. Now if I just log clock, you can see now it's constantly going up once every tick. This is the exact same logic we were doing before, we're just executing it over and over every tick. Now render is pretty similar to tick. It's got some extra stuff, but we won't worry about that for now. Basically, render...
Oh, I need to log it. Right, I forgot. Whoops. Shit, okay. It just updates live. Holy fuck.
We're just executing it over and over every tick. Now render is pretty similar to tick. It's got some extra stuff, but we won't worry about that for now. Basically, render just, instead of executing once every 20th of a second, it executes once every frame, which is like,
oh,
you can see I'm getting
frame.
60 frames per second, so it would execute 60 times every second. If I was getting 2 frames per second, it'd go twice. If I was getting 400, it'd go 400 times. So you can imagine the speed's a bit inconsistent. So if I make this render, do the same thing, you can see it's going a lot faster now. If I were to bundle my frames, it's slower now. Render isn't particularly useful for now, so we'll just stick to tick. Now, similarly to how you can define variables, you can also define custom functions. So if I was to go here and I was to type function and then new function, and then I'm just going to say log, this is my new function.
Oh, actually, let me put this at the
Currently doesn't do
bottom. Hold
anything
on.
because this never gets called. However, if inside of my code, I'll just put it inside of the tick function. I go new function. You can see now it's being executed. It is inside of the tick function, seeing this, executing
That's
this
sick.
code.
Oh my
Now,
god.
functions aren't just a shorthand for code. You can also send data through them. So I could type inside these brackets, say 27, and then I'll just basically create a new variable inside of these brackets. I'm going to call it number. And then inside of this, I'll log number. This is a local variable, by the way. I wouldn't worry too much about what that is for now. And then I'll just quickly get rid of this clock. You can see now it's logging my number. You can also put in multiple things. So I could type, I'll put in a string as well. I'll say
I'm just watching the
text.
tutorial right now.
Put in boolean, I'll say true.
Oh my
Number,
god.
String bool. And then I can log number, string bool. Now it's logging all of these things.
Whoa.
Okay, so what if you want to store data though? Well, you can do that with tables. So let's create a new variable. I'm going to call it table. I'm going to set it to be equal to these curly brackets. And then I'm going to log table. You can see it logs this. And if I hover over it, it shows an empty table. You can actually do a different log command called log table. and it will display the table when you log it like this. Now, inside my table, I can just do a list of things like I was doing before. I could just have 1, 2, 3. You can see it logs everything like this. I can even put tables inside my tables, like 3, 3, 3. And there we go.
Okay, so I didn't
Inside
even
the
know
log
that with
table
Lua.
command, it's also worth noting you can kind of delve deeper inside the tables. So, now it goes 2 iterations. in.
Oh,
So you can
wait,
see the first
what?
table and
Oh,
the second
shit.
table. You can store a lot more than just numbers in tables, of course. You can store strings. As I just showed you, can store tables, you can store booleans, anything you want. Okay, so as you can imagine, tables
Indexing.
are what you want to use to store lots of information because you don't want to make a billion different variables. So yeah, you need to understand how to index a table. Say I have this table here and I want to log the first thing. I want to log 22. Well, I need to, inside the log, I need to specify that I want to log the first thing here. I need to say the key. The key is this thing here in the square brackets. So you can see the key for 22 is 1 because it's the first thing in the table.
God, I hate 1. I hate how it's 1.
Yes, Lua indexes tables from 1. Yes, it's cursed. Yes, it's annoying. Anyway,
hate
to
that.
specify the key
I
for your
hate that
table, just
so
type
much.
square brackets next to your table. Type
See,
the value,
even this person
save,
knows.
And you can see it specifies 22. Similarly, if I typed 2 here, it'd show me string, and if I typed 3, it'd show me that third table there. Now, as you can imagine, this can work the exact same way as we were doing before. If I type more square brackets, I can type 1, it'll tell me true, 2, 2, 3, 3. Now, this can be a bit confusing and complicated.
Could
because
probably
you end
use
up
this for like
having a whole
keybinds or
bunch of
some shit.
numeric keys, and it's annoying. So you can actually specify a string for the key as well. Let's make this a little more organized for us. Okay, I've organized this a bit better. It still works exactly the same. You can specify a table key by simply typing something like number equals, and then it'd be 22. Let me just go back to the normal table. You can see it has number here, and then the rest become 1 and 2. I could then have string equals string, and then table equals table. Same thing applies in here, just put in your name. It can be a bit confusing.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, that should be enough for you to be able to do a lot of different things with Lua. But I'm sure you're probably like screaming at the screen, how is any of this useful with Figura? Like, you didn't download Figura to print numbers and strings for the chat. Well, this is where Figura's libraries come in. If you go into game and type /Figura docs and then go into globals here, you'll see a whole bunch of different APIs that you can use. If I just go into world here and go to world API, you can see there's a whole bunch of
What? Hold on, what?
and go to world API, you can see there's a whole bunch of different functions you can do to get values from in the game. Like if I put in get world time, you see it will tell me some information about it. It's a function that will simply return the world time. So if I were to go world, because that's the world API we're using, and then dot get time, and then I want to log this, of course. You can see whenever I run this, it will tell me the current world time. And yes, if you're wondering, this is basically a table called world, which has a whole bunch of functions inside this. If I did
Holy
log
shit!
table, you can see all this. Similarly, I could go into the player API and then go get, I'll go game mode. Create new log, and I'll go player, since it's in the player API. And this is actually a colon, since it's a bit different from just being in a table. And then we'll go get game mode. You can see this is errored. If you actually read this, it'll tell you that it's because we're trying to access the player before the entity is loaded. So yeah, this is an instance where we need to use entity in it. So go in here. Now before you run this, it'll tell me that I'm in creative. And if I switch to survival.
Wait, can I... Hold on. I want to try something. Because I'm just basing it off that like code. So what if I did... Something to call a nil value. Oh.
Run this again.
I had the
Run
assumption it
survival.
was set game mode.
Let's finally stop just logging things to the chat. Let's actually make something. I said in the last episode I'd show you how to fix crouching for this avatar, so let's do that. Let's go into the script file for this avatar, go to a new line. So yeah, you can see this is a bit broken. So the first thing we need to know is if the player is crouching. So let's go figure docs, globals, player API, and get, if I go down here, in the player API, if I go up here, you can see is crouching. They'll return a boolean if the player is crouching or not. Of course, we don't just want to be executing this when the player first loads, we want to be executing it constantly. I actually want to execute it every frame, so I'm going to go function events.
Yo, what's up, Guaca?
Render.
I'm trying to do like Minecraft like figure stuff.
And then I'll just quickly log
How you doing?
player is crouching. I need those brackets. And there we go. It's spamming my chat with false. If I crouch, it returns true. Something that's useful, you can comment out lines by doing 2 dashes and then saving. You see this isn't running anymore. You can also do block comments, specifically in Visual Studio Code.
Block comments. Oh yeah, that
Shift, Alt, and A, and you have some text highlighted, and it'll do multiple lines for you. Okay, so now we know if the player's crouching or not. We want to modify the position of this body. So to do that, we need to use the Models API. Let's go back into the docs here. Figure, docs, globals, models, model part, and then down here in set, it's set pos. Here you can set the position of a model part or a group of model parts. And the model part API, you don't tell it models : set pos because that's nothing, that's useless information. You instead need to actually tell it at this beginning
Mucho
your
text
specific
though.
model part. Okay, so to specify your model part, you first need to type models, just like this, and then dot. And then inside this, you need to specify what model file you're talking about. Figure can support multiple script and texture files, so you need to make sure you're specifying which model file. My model file is just called model.bp model, so I'll just type
docs
model. Next, we need to specify the model part. The name of this folder here is just body, so next I would type dot body. Make sure your casing is correct since everything here is case sensitive. Alright, so we've reached our model part. You can see actually if I quickly went and logged this, it'll tell me that this is my body model part. That'll work just fine. Next I'm just going to do a colon, and then let me just quickly find this again. As this showed, it is set pos, and it has your brackets here. As you can see here, it's just number X,
Start
number Y,
delay.
and
There's
number Z.
loops.
So
There's
I'm just gonna
lengths.
go
Oh my god.
500 just as like an example. And you can see now it's moved the body 5 over, which is like 5 of the blockbench pixel units. It's the same as doing there.
I think this would be so much easier if I were to just grab a model from Figura. I think there are models that are... Hold on. Oh yeah, there are models that you could download here. Okay, hold on. Holy shit. Okay, hang on guys. I'll be back. Give me a second. I just need to go to the bathroom real quick. All right, I'm back. Let's see. I think there should be like, hold on, let me go check. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look a lot of this up in the coming weeks because this is really interesting because I could probably hypothetically I could make my own models if I really wanted to. So I think that this would be really nice to you know learn. Um but what time is it? Oh fuck, we made it at the 2 hour mark. Okay, so in any case, I will be going on ahead and ending stream. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Next week, I'm gonna learn C#. I think I should be able to manage Lua without extensive like streaming for it. So like I think I'll I think I'll be good. So I just need to like look this up and skim through the code a bit more and like you know check out more of the code later on because this is really interesting. But yeah, so in any case, everybody, rookies, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go on ahead and end stream. I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's Friday, right? Tomorrow is Deadlock. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing some Deadlock tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, so in any case, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I'm gonna get on going. And by the way, guys, good news is my next video is actually coming along quite nicely. So yeah, I should be able to upload something by next week. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.